welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nisi G. I am a mindset mentor of 3 years, a master cosmetologist of 18 years. I'm currently studying to become a nurse practitioner. I got 2 more years, y'all. I'm obsessed with quantum physics, psychology, and I love neuroscience, and I use cognitive behavioral therapy to help people understand why they do the things that they do so they can manifest easier way of life or the things that they desire. Today, I want to dive deep into nervous system regulation. I have my nervous system regulation e-guide, and I also have the nervous system regulation meditation. So many times people don't understand why we need to talk about nervous system regulation. And here lately has been a buzzword on social media. I've been preaching to the cows come home for years that nervous system regulation is so important. The reason why, though, goes much beyond just getting your manifestations alone, right? You want to make sure that you are taking care of your overall health and wellness. Here's the thing. You guys, if you are new here, I was raised Baptist Christian, and I do believe that the Bible is a manuscript on teaching you how to manifest. Different topic for a different day. I have other videos on that if you're interested in learning more about like religion and manifestation. But in Christianity, we're taught that our body is God's temple. It's a holy place. It's where you're supposed to keep it clean and nourish it. And if you are a God, if you are the creator, co-creator, why are you eating foods that don't serve you? Why are you entertaining conversations that don't serve you? Why are you looking at content all day that doesn't serve you or the purpose that you have? And ultimately, I used to think that those things wouldn't affect me. I thought, I'm so strong minded, it doesn't matter. Consciously, yes, but this is still getting into your subconscious mind. You guys, I am obsessed with the Real Housewives series on Bravo. I always have been, but it's so much to the point to where I had started binge watching one of the series, and I started dreaming about the different people in the show. And I also understand that, okay, your subconscious is picking up on that. So that might be why that person is in my dream. But also these people are representing certain things that that I have going on within my 3D reality also right now. So this is why you do have to be mindful about the things that you're partaking in. Now, on the contrary side of things, what I want you guys to understand, for me, it was very difficult for me to lose weight. And I'm not here to give anyone medical advice at all. I just want to say that. It's not what we're doing, but I want to just say from my personal experience to give you guys examples and examples that I've seen in hundreds of people all over the world that I've mentored with their body and their chronic stress as well. Chronic stress can take you out. It will deplete you. You're embedding it into your DNA, and epigenetics teaches us that you can alter and change your DNA structure based upon where you're at, what you're doing constantly and habitually. There was this article that I read years ago about a gentleman who was deathly afraid of elevators. He had no idea why he was afraid of elevators, but come to find out his like second or third great grandpa got stuck in an elevator, and that's why he had developed a fear of elevators. So this stuff it's not on you, it's in you. Okay. It really is. So much to the point to where even with my new blog post, I'm talking about how I see myself and all of my family members and how that ancestry has brought me to be the very woman that I am today. But it's me seeing myself, within them and the things that they do as a reflection. So what I want you guys to understand is that if you're harboring on this chronic stress, this could possibly get passed down to your children, to your grandchildren, so on and so forth. And I know you don't want to leave chronic stress as an inheritance to your family lineage. I mean, I don't, right? So when you're dealing with these things, a lot of people will say, oh, Nisi, well, I robotically affirmed. I journal, I script, I do the whole 9 yard, and I still cannot get my manifestation. And it is genuinely because your nervous system does not feel safe to receive it. And I also will see people who will message me because I get hundreds of emails and DMs a day, and people will message me and say, oh, Nisi, I finally got my manifestation, my SP came around or my job came around or whatever, and I'm just afraid of it. Like I don't know how to interact with it. Like they'll freak out, they'll get anxiety, and I'm like, this is the very thing that you're creating and what you wanted, but they don't understand that their nervous system is in disarray and can't hold it. For me, whenever I would get my manifestations, I would get things and I wasn't able to keep it or hold it because my nervous system didn't deem it safe. It deemed it safe to give it to me, but I had to lose it instantly. I'm talking about money, relationships, cars, homes, friendships, jobs, you name it. Your girl would get it. It was easy for me to maintain, but I could not, or get it, but it was not easy for me to maintain. I couldn't keep it. So what this might look like as far as me and some of the people that I have mentored, your cortisol levels are super high. People are like, okay, well, what is my cortisol levels? That is going to trigger the stressors in your nervous system. Now, your cortisol levels has a lot to do with inflammation, belly fat, fatigue, insomnia. All sorts of things are categorized coming from your cortisol levels. This is why ashwagandha became such a popular vitamin for people to take, because everybody's wanting to get on the ashwagandha train. Fish oils, omega-3s, and all these things are going to help lower your cortisol levels. Magnesium, all of these different vitamins that you can take to help lower your cortisol levels. Listening to nervous system regulation meditations. I have one on YouTube and on Apple and on Spotify or wherever you stream your podcast. It's available all over. There's a nervous system regulation e-guide. Like there's so many tools available that I have for you to use to lower your cortisol levels. Now, once you have lowered your cortisol levels, now you can start to reprogram your nervous system. And a lot of people think like, okay, well, it's my central nervous system. You have your CNS, you have your PNS, you have your RAS. Like you guys, your nervous system is made up of multiple different systems within a system. It's not just your central nervous system. Oh my God, because I'm hearing about all this buzzword stuff on TikTok, and that's great. I love that everyone is becoming informed, but I also want you to get the correct information and all of the information and why it's imperative for you to learn this so you can unlearn it and reprogram, right? Once you reprogram, then it will recalibrate. That might look like this. Okay, I've written down all of the things that have, make me stressed or whatever. And I just did this in our VIP group the other day. I made some worksheets for them to go over and write out like their chronic stressors or anything that have you. I need to get ready to post that in the VIP group, but I made these worksheets for them so they could be able to work through and decipher what their stressors are. Is this chronic? Is this something that I am habitually repeating? All of those good things. And once you understand that, once you uncover it, once you pull back the layers of the stuff that you're in, right? Then you're going to be able to say, okay, I've uncovered it. I've exposed it. Now that I've exposed it, it no longer controls me. I've exposed the fact that I'm feeling fatigue. I've exposed the fact that I'm exhausted. I've exposed that. Okay. Now, once you do that, you can start to reprogram. Okay, I'm going to reprogram by saying things like, especially if you are a chronic stressor and it might be difficult for you to take in those affirmations, put this in the very beginning of your affirmations. I'm starting to believe that blank. I'm starting to believe that it's safe for me to receive. I'm starting to believe that love is meant for me. I'm starting to believe that I can make $1,000 a day and maintain it every single day. I'm starting to believe that I am financially stable and my credit is being repaired. I'm starting to believe that. Okay. Start there. Be gentle with yourself. Y'all be like, and I'd be like, girl, not too much on my girl now. I want y'all to start to use verbiage like this and introduce it to your nervous system at first. Then after a week or two of thinking this, you can then start to say, my nervous system is safe to receive X, Y, and Z. It's now safe for me to receive da, 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 da. It's now safe for me to be in a happy, healthy, committed relationship with so-and-so. And you guys, the verbiage, a lot of people are new to manifestation. SP just means specific person. Good God, my brain had a fart. It just means specific person, but a specific person can be anybody. It can be a romantic partner. It could be your mom, your dad. It's just a particular person that you have picked out in your 3D reality, and you just want to shift the dynamic with them. I always like to say that because when I first got into the LOA community, I had been involved in manifestation for a long time, but I didn't understand that verbiage. And everybody's like, specific person is a romantic interest. And I'm like, it can be literally anyone. And I really want you guys to know that. I also got trolled this week, and I'm not going to harp on that for too long, but I want you guys to know that this sacred information is available to everyone. The way that you tap into this is you go and you get still. You regulate your nervous system. And this is a key to whenever you're trying to remember your dreams and whatnot. So many people say, oh, Nisi, I dream and I don't remember it. Well, it's because your nervous system is in disarray. You're in constant fight or flight mode. And as soon as you wake up, you're checking your phone. You're immediately thinking about bills. And if you guys need to listen to sleep tape affirmations to help reprogram your subconscious mind, do that. Please do that. I haven't put up any sleep tapes, but a lot of people will listen to my affirmations that I have on my podcast. It's available on Apple and Spotify, and they will just repeat that one, and they'll just play it on loop all night while they sleep. And I have been told that it works wonders for them. So for those of you out there that are doing that, thank you. I love it. But you'll be able to remember your dreams. You have got to get strict. And I love Dylan James for this because I still watch some of his content, not as much as I used to, but I love me some Dylan James, honey. And Dylan talks a lot about getting structured with your day. He likes cognitive behavioral therapy as well. And I have died on that hill, and I will die on that hill of saying writing your date out and staying structured with your day will help lower your cortisol levels. It will. Now, he hasn't said this outright verbatim, I don't think, but he has 100% said to stay structured with your day. And when you stay structured with your day, it sends a dopamine hit to your brain of, okay, we getting shit done. I got the laundry done. I got my car washed. I did this. I cleaned the kitchen. I did the dishes. I, went to the gym. whatever. And it's helping your self-concept all at the same time. Okay. So when you're writing your day out the night before, you don't have time to think about the shit that stresses you out. I don't, you know what I mean? Let me get a sip of water. I don't have time to think about the things that stresses me out because I'm so busy with the things that I need to get done. Now, on the flip side of that, okay, if you're writing out everything and you're writing it out the night before, you're pre-planning, right? So you're restructuring who you are being. Remember, Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches us that you get who you are being, you get your personality. Your personality shapes your 3D physical reality. This will help tremendously when you're receiving your manifestations, when you are reprogramming your nervous system to receive, when you're recalibrating your nervous system to receive. All of this goes hand in hand. And I love this. I had a journal, not a journal, but a kind of like a gratitude journal where you keep up with your money and writing your day out, like a planner, if you will. And I took that down. It was just really lengthy, and I should probably do a physical copy of it, but I like to write things down on my iPad as well. But I do have my 3D planner, my physical planner that I write out my day on. Also, too, you guys, stop looking at your phone and doom scrolling before bed. If you are in one-on-one mentorship with me, then you've already been taught this. But I like for the people that I mentor to have a very strict schedule before bed and waking up. Reason being is because your subconscious is still very much awake as soon as you wake up in the morning, and the first thing you feed it is so important. So I like to go straight into gratitude and say out loud 3 things that I'm grateful for. Also, before you're going to bed, whatever you're feeding your mind before you go to sleep, based off of Neville Goddard's teachings and based off of what I know from watching Beverly Hills Housewives and Atlanta Housewives and all the Housewives series, that stuff will stay with you as you go to sleep at night. So whatever you're telling yourself right before bed is what you're going to get. It's so much so to the point to where I don't need to watch TV like 2 or 3 hours before I go to sleep at night. I can't scroll on the phone a couple of hours before. If you're just starting out, this might look like 30 minutes before bed, no phone. Then an hour before bed, no phone. Read a book. or something, like do something else, go into gratitude, lay in bed until you get sleepy, listen to binaural beats. I will say that I love listening to binaural beats going to sleep. I don't listen to affirmations so much anymore sleeping, but I do love listening to binaural beats, and it helps me deeply deeply remember and understand my dreams, especially if I astral project that night, or if I choose to do so. Then that helps so much with remembering what I'm doing. And with astral projection, it helps me be able to control where I'm going. When I first got into astral projection, I couldn't control it. I just kind of let it do its thing and show me what it wanted to show me or send me where it wanted to send me. But now I control it. I'm the pilot. So it helps in a numerous of ways. That might look like, okay, lowering your cortisol levels. You don't have inflammation in your face anymore. I love doing ice baths in the morning with my face, or wherever you are in the world, whether it's TJ Maxx or TK Maxx or Marshalls or any little store like that, they'll have like these masks that you can put on your face that you put in the freezer if you don't want to dunk your whole face. I love doing this. Or you could take ice cubes and rub them on your face. They have those rollers that you can put in the freezer and take them out and rub that on your face. I love, love, love doing this. Ultimately, it's good for your skin, speaking from a master cosmetologist perspective. And it's also really good for your nervous system, and it keeps that cortisol intact because it's helping with the inflammation of your face. Now, when it comes to belly fat, okay, if your body is in disarray, like your nervous system is in disarray, right? And your nervous system is in fight or flight mode, then you might start to harbor on belly fat, right? But that's just your body's way of protecting you. You're not ready to be seen. So your body goes, no, we got to harbor on to this belly fat because, your nervous system is in such disarray and we're just trying to protect you. So your belly fat, your body is doing what it wants to do and what it's supposed to do by protecting you in that way. So if you're someone that's going to the gym and can't lose weight to save your life, my love, your cortisol levels are high. They're through the roof. It happened to me. So much so to where my trainer was like, I need you to go get blood work done. Like, this is not normal. And at first I was like, did I hit a plateau? Did I do this? And she's very involved in weight training and has done numerous of fitness competitions and things like that. So the girl knows her stuff. She's certified and all that stuff. And so she's like, something's amiss. Like, what is going on? And my cortisol levels were extremely, extremely high, and I had to lower those. I still do this. I still make sure that I'm taking my vitamins and lowering my cortisol levels. I had even saw a difference from earlier this year up until recently of my cortisol levels being a little spiked because my face will start to get puffy. And I'm like, oh my God, especially, this might be TMI, if you're not a girl, but especially around like my cycle time, like if I was in my luteal phase, my face would be like just puffy. I look like a freaking, I don't know, Mrs. Puff from SpongeBob or something. But I want you guys to understand it goes so much more deeper than just your spiritual health, but it's your spiritual health, your mental health, and your physical health as well. So once you can uncover all of these stressors, name them out by name, call them out, and replace it with something else like this, okay? If you are someone who's drowning in bills, call these people. And I know that it might be difficult. I used to have this one friend, she was upset because her car had gotten repossessed. And I was like, call them and see how much more you owe so you get your car back. And I shit you not, you guys, her hand was literally shaking so bad. Like, she started hysterically crying and she couldn't do it. So I'm very, very, very well aware of people's spaces and where they might be at, with their mental health and anxiety and things like that. And that is something that I don't take lightly at all in the slightest. What I want you to understand is that if you do not communicate these things, then they can't get taken care of. So if you're someone who's drowning in bills, call the people that you owe, set up a payment arrangement, see what options you have. There's so many different programs out there to help you. I know because I've had to call in the past and get help with this stuff. Call and see if there's any programs you can sign up for. Call and see if there's any assistance or relief, or can I make a payment arrangement? Most of the time when you just talk to people, that's all they want. And you feel so much better and lighter once you're like, oh, okay, I got one monkey off my back. And you're just tackling it task by task by task, right? Do this. Get structured with your day. Get structured with your life and what you have going on. Okay, you might be a single parent. and it's very difficult for you. Okay, well, while your kid is napping, or while your kid is at school, or while they're at the sitter or with the other parent, whatever, do what you need to do to get the stuff done. I know that you might be exhausted. Hear me when I say that. I know that. I know that. But if you don't get a tackle on this stuff and get organized, you're just going to have more and more of a pile up of things to be stressed out about. Then once you get in the habit of being on that structured routine and tackling all this stuff piece by piece by piece, then it helps you tremendously in the future. Remember, you're setting yourself up for your future. So now that I've gotten in a habit of tackling this stuff and getting it over and done with, boom, it's done. I don't need to worry about it anymore. It's done. It's taken care of. Isn't that wonderful, right? Like, I don't have to worry about it anymore. So that's what you're going to do. I had to get used to, like, okay, every Monday I'm going to sit and I'm going to film all of my content for the week. I'm going to do this. I'm going to sit here. I don't care if it takes 5 hours. I'm going to get it all done. I'm going to pre-plan my, podcast series. I'm going to pre-plan the YouTube. I'm going to pre-plan TikTok. There's a theme. And I don't know if you guys have recognized that, but it's a theme. It'll be a theme on my blog, a theme in the VIP group on a deeper topic. It'll be a theme on YouTube, a theme on TikTok. Like, it's a theme. And that helps me and my little ADHD brain stay organized. And this is the vibe on the blog. And this is the vibe on the YouTube. And this is the vibe in VIP group. And this is the vibe on this. Like, get organized. And then all I got to do is hit click every other day, and I'm done with it. Meanwhile, during the rest of the week, you're watching this and I'm probably at the grocery store or with my man or at the park with my son or walking my dog. And you're watching something that I filmed on a Monday, right? So I want you guys to get more in that habit of having that structure. And at first I didn't like it. I was like, I don't want to do this. I want to take a nap. I want to go eat. Like, I want to do this. Like, I didn't want to do that. But now that I've gotten accustomed to sitting here, getting it done, and it's done and over with, and I don't have to continuously worry about it or stay fixated on it, you have the power to do that as well. And a lot of people will say, well, I want to get downloads, or I don't hear my higher self, or I don't hear God's voice, or whatever the case may be. And it's like, you don't hear God's voice and you can't, get these downloads or remember your dreams because you don't know how to be quiet. The Bible teaches us to be still and know that I am God, meaning you need to shut the fuck up sometimes so you can hear your higher self's voice, so you can be guided, so you can be divinely led. And I do like guided meditations for some things, but some things you don't need a guided meditation for. If you could just do what I like to call white wall meditating and just sit there, look at the wall or look at the ceiling or find a particular spot to get into flow state, these things will come to you. You guys, when I am doing someone's hair, I will be highlighting, and I go ahead and I tell my clients, especially if they're new, I'm like, hey, sorry if I get quiet on you. That's a form of meditation. There's so many different forms of meditation. I will be foiling hair, y'all, and I will be so deep in thought, like just deep in there. And I'm just like, foiling. And that's where I get some of the best ideas. Literally foiling someone's hair. I said, I'm going to make a VIP group. And I'm going to talk about the stuff on a deeper level than what I do on my other platform. Because don't get me wrong, I give you guys the information, but we do go way more in depth in our VIP group. And VIP group is more than just us getting on these calls twice a month. I'm checking in with you. People are asking questions. There's dialogue. It's a community. It's on school. If you're interested, just go to platinumgang.store and then you'll scroll down to VIP and select it. And then you can enter it that way. It's open to men, women. Yeah, I don't care what ethnicity, race, everyone's welcome. But at any rate, I was thinking about making the VIP group as I was foiling someone's hair. These downloads will come to you. Sometimes you get in the car, don't listen to music, turn the radio off. You're overstimulated and you can't hear anything. So get still, get quiet, get within yourself, take a nice hot shower, take a nice bubble bath, whatever you need to do to lower your cortisol and get your nervous system intact so it's not in disarray is exactly what I am challenging you to do this week. We're going to be talking a lot about nervous system regulation, epigenetics, and how your 3D reality can shape and retrain your genetics. So that's what we're going to be talking about in the next video. If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to comment. If there's a particular topic that you want me to cover, you guys can check out my blog at platinumganglifestyle.com. I'm on TikTok as Platinum Gang Mindset, and there is another page that is trying to mimic me and scam people, and that is not me. Use your discernment on which page is which. Mine has over 50,000 followers, and I would never in my life ask anyone for money or anything like that at all. So that's not me. It's my intention that this video has helped you tremendously, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.